It looks like the countdown will commence. We will get into it. The next game going off. All right, everybody, welcome to IMBA TV, where everything is in balance. We've got BesatyQT facing Vapur, and this is going to be a round 5 match. And this is going to be on Scrap Station, interestingly enough. We've got Vapur spawning as the yellow Protoss up here in the north of the map. Down here below, in the only other spawning position on this map, we do see BesatyQT spawning as his normal teal Terran. You want to go ahead and take us away, Fire Silver, because this is the EU CraftCup Lite number 37. We're ready to bring it to you, and it's all yours.
Yeah, so this is a round 5 match between Vapur and the beast himself of BesatyQT. Shame on the person who said he was knocked out. He is definitely not out, and he's still fighting for those finals.
That's right, and Jim Raynor does like to call him the Serbian Superman.
Absolutely.
I wanted to throw that out there for you, Jim.
Yeah, big shout out to Jim today. He's been finding all the games today. I couldn't even keep up with him, so real thanks for that, man.
That's right, and it looks like BesatyQT is going to throw down his barracks. Nothing out of the ordinary thus far. We do see a probe trying to harass that SCV. But there's an SCV here to take care of that probe.
Yeah, this map is so nice for Banshee play. I mean, there's so much space around each of the bases.
And not just Banshee play now. With Protoss, since the new patch, they do have the quickest, air unit to come out, which is the Phoenix. And so Phoenix play is very, very adequate on this map as well. So.
Yeah, definitely. Can't get rid of that. First gas going down for Vapur. Along with the gateway. Barracks about to finish for BesatyQT. If he does want to go for this 1-1-1, he's got to get rid of these scouting probes. And I think that SCV might die 5 HP. Go round and round in circles, having a rodeo. Orbital command being morphed in. Piling at the back of Vapur's base. So he may be expecting a drop later on. Able to see most of his base, which is always a good thing to have. And BC's going to chase off that probe. So we could see a factory go down now and a starport. Or we could just see some heavy bio play. Cybernetics score going down for Vapur as well.
Looks like Marines just being pumped out of BesatyQT's first barracks, and they are going to go to this ramp. Not too much going on the field between these two right now. It is very early in the game, of course. We do see that a Cybernetics core is being just about finished. Another pylon being placed down. BesatyQT with a little bit of BM stealing 5 minerals from his opponent's line. That's going to add up. As
Yep, late game, disastrous.
That's right, it's going to cause those Phoenixes to fail as BesatyQT moves that SCV out of his opponent Vapur's base, and that Zealot will chase him down. The second fighting unit from Vapur will be a Stalker, as we see nothing but Marines coming out right now for BesatyQT, throwing down his factory, and it will be interesting to see what his next building is going to be. And I do say it will be interesting, but you know what, man? I mean, StarCraft and the paradigms of people's play, it's just so interesting to me anyway, so I just can't help but say it. Anyways, Robo facility going down, so it's going to be a 1-gate Robo, interestingly enough.
Yeah, I mean, Phoenix play might have helped him a bit if he does decide to go for Banshees, which it looks like what he's doing. The early, the 2 gas around the 20 supply mark and the starport going down. Bunker as well is usually a good sign that they're trying to do something like this. But with that robotics facility, if he's able to get an observer out, plus they're reduced costs now, so they're not as dear as they once were. With a few stalkers, he could easily shut it down, but he's going to need more stalkers than just that one.
That's for sure, and it looks like we're going to have the switcheroo going down between the factory and the starport. And starport will start to crank out Banshees as well. No, I guess I spoke a little bit too soon on that. I thought we were going to see some cloak. There it is. Cloak being researched now. Look at this move here as this Hellion goes in and spots this entire base. Oh, and a warp prism is coming out right now for Vapur. He's going to take advantage of the close air distance as well as throw down the 4 gates. And it looks like Warp Tech is finished, so these gateways will go to Warp Tech, meaning that this this Warp Prism will be able to go in the back of his opponent's base and warp in units, at least 4 at a time.
Yeah, Torre in the chat saying 4 warp gates and a robotics bay madness. But it just seemed like this loading up with zealots.
He's drop
them in the mineral line.
There's 1 stalker, 3 zealots, and it looks like he's going to drop those down. And is he going to play? There it is. Places down the maneuver, which makes it a portable pylon. And now he's starting to warp in a bunch of units. These stalkers and zealots, and it looks like BesatyQT could be in a bit of trouble here. As BesatyQT moves that Banshee across, he needs to take care of this Warp Prism really bad.
He did cancel the cloak though, interesting enough.
And he did that, and I think it was a good move because even with the cloak, it would be very hard. It looks like BesatyQT will go ahead and successfully defend against that. A little bit of a push there. Let's go ahead and see what BesatyQT is at for Harvesters. He's only sitting at 18 SCVs now and 1 mule compared to his opponent, which is sitting at 30. And it looks like Vapur is planning an expansion here.
Yeah, he's still using that tech lab on that starport for good use, though. He is going for a Raven. Probably expecting more barracks to come down soon, but BC is actually expanding himself, which isn't a bad move, as he is going to be behind. But as we know, those mules can really change the harassment into pure gameplay. Good gameplay, I mean.
That's right, and such a good play here from BesatyQT with his Banshee. Canceling that cloak was probably one of the best moves he could have done while it was still being researched, as he did see that robotics facility. He knows that there could be the potential for observers anywhere on the map. So he canceled it so he could use the 200-200 to do something else with. And it looks like he is building a second barracks. He's currently sitting at 1 factory, 1 starport, and 2 barracks. He is sieging up a tank, getting ready for any type of warp-ins. Looks like this observer will go across the board here and is going to see the starts of BesatyQT's base. There is a Raven out, though, so this observer will be short-lived. There it goes. It explodes. And we see BesatyQT moving his Banshee that is sitting at 40 health around. Did some scouting. BesatyQT knows about what Vapor's base consists of. We see some Colossus being warped onto the field, as well as an expansion here from Vapur. And we're going to see no expansion, or this expansion from BesatyQT is not lifted off yet. It'll be interesting to see if he's going to do that in the next few minutes. It looks like he's going to continue to pump out SCVs while he waits for that expansion to, while he waits to oversaturate his main mineral expansion.
Yeah, Twilight Council going down for Vapor here, along with his Nexus. And I would be so happy right now if he did actually go for some Dark Templars, but sadly with the Robotics Bay and the Thermal Plant soon to be coming, I don't think we're going to see it.
Oh, yeah, no, that Viking did not see that Warp Prism, so it did not take it out. But this Viking will do some scouting here as it pokes in a little bit. And Torre is saying, "This is madness. Madness! This is Imba TV!" Anyways, charge legs are being researched for the Zealots of Vapur, so he will be able to charge those Zealots in right into the fray of battle, as this Twilight Council will be the only upgrade thus far.
Yeah, I'm actually checking. Beastie has seen the expansion, so I'm still surprised why he hasn't lifted this up yet. Still pumping SCVs. Maybe he's pumping them until he can get enough so he can instantly transfer them.
And that's what a lot of Terran players do before they do an expansion. It's good to do that. That way you can you can keep a steady economy and only lose a little bit of time on your income. As we do see a fat main transfer going down. Yeah.
Don't know if that was a misclick there by Beastie. He just randomly shut down a point defense strat.
Yeah, I see that right there, yep.
I was going to say it might be because he wants to keep the energy low, but if he had something like High Templar on the way, but he hasn't actually seen the Twilight Council, so he wouldn't have seen that anyway.
Templar Archives, my favorite building because it leads to my favorite unit, the High Templar. Are we going to see some awesome storm action in this match? And it looks like this match is building up to be a 200-200 brawl. Nothing too much going down. There was only the first attack by the Protoss, and besides that, nothing too aggressive.
Yeah, super fast saturation there by Beastie. Awesome. So he's definitely back on equal grounds with the Protoss player at this point. Beastie trying to run that Marine away, going to get sniped there. And yeah, pretty much like a stalemate here at the moment with Vapur having a bit more map control due to having the Xel'Nagas. And there is an observer sitting over his expansion, scouting out what he's got. So interesting how Vapor's going to react to this. I think he actually, yeah, he's taken his third base, feeling kind of secure at the point while getting Psionic Storm, and we'll get the Amulet probably very, very soon.
That's right. And it looks like this Banshee will go in and start to pick off some of these units here as these Stalkers try to react.
Not going to be quick enough. Beastie obviously didn't like the drop earlier. He's got missile turrets all around the top of his base, expecting more drops. He's somewhere in the mid game.
And here we go, BesatyQT moving forward. Yes, and like you were saying, he's got 3 Vikings, 1 Raven, 1 Banshee. Well, I guess 5 Vikings now. He's making us a liar. Anyways, we do see 4 tanks out on the field, Marines and Marauders pushing forward across the middle of the map, taking out those rocks.
Yeah, he's only got 2 Colossi at the moment, so you know, 5 Phoenix is going to deal fairly well with just 2 of them. But you know, it's those High Templar really that are going to cause him some issues. Did they actually get killed? Yeah, I think no, there's 4 of them on the field. Sorry, more bunkers going down for BesatyQT. He's trying, you know, get a good ground here so we can keep moving in more units safely near these tanks.
That's right, doing what Terran does best with fortification. Storms! We've got some storms going down, and all of those bioforces got melted. And it looks like BesatyQT is going to be on a little bit of a push here, and these tanks will survive. And there was that point defense drone, which did a lot of defense for BesatyQT's units. Great play there by BesatyQT. I love seeing those storms.
Yeah, interestingly, that he didn't actually get the extended thermal lances. So I'm thinking maybe it was kind of to fool him into getting this many Vikings. I mean, he has got 7 Vikings at the moment, but they're going to be basically useless now because there is no more Colossi coming out. There is an Immortal, but that's it. So maybe some clever play by Vapur here.
Let's hope, as we see BesatyQT pushing up the ramp, moving over all these High Templars with the 1 SCV trying to repair. That brave SCV did get taken out by those Zealots. And it looks like BesatyQT is taking the advantage here as he is containing his opponent for the most part, besides this little expansion by Vapur. Vapur is throwing down another gateway in that expansion, and it looks like we see a warp prism in the back of BesatyQT's base. Is BesatyQT going to be able to react to this as we see units being warped in right now? High Templars, we're going to see some storms on the line here. Oh, and SCVs move away, and here comes the Viking.
Storming himself.
And yeah, that's a little interesting. Sorry we missed it with that little bit of a ridiculous storm on themselves. BesatyQT moved in a few Marauders and Marines and took out this expansion area, and BesatyQT is sitting in the best position right now on this map. This Archon's done for. It was a nice attempt by Vapur, but it doesn't look like it's going down. Storms! Storms! We've got more storms for you as these storms try to rip apart these tanks. Those Immortals do go down. BesatyQT takes the win! Vapur throws out the GG, and BesatyQT pushes forward as we get another Terran victory here today.
Because here we are in the mouth of hell. And we made it this far by leaning on each other.
Whether it's blind luck or damn fool courage, in all my years, I've never seen anything like what you 2 jokers have pulled off.
That's right. So, we see BesatyQT